We've all been told the same story about how to build a secure financial future. Go to school, get a great job, save your money. But what if that whole script is wrong? What if that path is actually a trap? Today, we're going to tear that old rulebook apart and explore a totally new way to think about wealth.
Okay, let's just start with a story that says it all. Mike Tyson. The guy earned over $300 million during his career. $300 million. And yet, he ended up filing for bankruptcy with $30 million in debt. Now, this isn't just some crazy celebrity story. It perfectly highlights the core problem. It proves that the amount of money you make, well, it's not the most important part of the equation.
And look, this isn't just happening to superstars. Not at all. That same financial pressure, millions of us are feeling it every single day. Right now, credit card debt is at an all-time high. This just goes to show that the financial stress we're all feeling is a massive, widespread problem. Clearly, the old advice just isn't cutting it anymore.
So what is the real problem here? We hear this term all the time, the rat race, but I think we've been getting it wrong. We think it's about having a boring 9-to-5 job. But the real trap? Oh, it's something much deeper. It's about the constant, gnawing anxiety of living right on the financial edge.
See, look at this definition. It's not about your job title. It's about a feeling. The real rat race is that constant, low-level stress of knowing you're just one paycheck away from everything falling apart. It's that feeling that if your car breaks down or you have an unexpected medical bill, your whole world could be thrown into chaos. That's when your job stops being a choice and starts feeling like a prison.
And this feeling is way more common than you might think. A mind-blowing 78% of workers are living paycheck to paycheck. But here's the part that really gets me. That includes 1 out of every 10 people earning over $100,000 a year. So this proves it's not about income. A bigger salary doesn't automatically buy you freedom. There's something fundamentally broken in how we're all taught to approach money.
So where'd this all come from? Well, it's rooted in a life script that's been drilled into us for generations. The quote-unquote safe path. Let's really dig into why that script is totally failing us in today's world.
Okay, so part 1 of the script. University. The promise was always so simple, right? Get a degree and you're guaranteed a secure, well-paying job for life. But the reality has completely changed. Universities today, they're businesses. And that degree you're working so hard for, it's become a consumer product being sold in a massively overcrowded and competitive marketplace.
And here's the data to prove it. Back in the 1970s, less than 20% of young adults had a degree. So if you had one, you really stood out. It was a huge advantage. But today, it's about 50%. So when something becomes that common, its value as a differentiator just plummets. A degree isn't the golden ticket anymore. For many, it's just the price of admission.
So you get the degree, you land the job, and then you walk right into the biggest trap of the whole system. You start trading your single most precious, non-renewable resource, your time, for money. Think about it. This is just not a scalable way to build wealth. I mean, at $20 an hour, it would take you almost 24 years just to gross $1 million, and that's before a single dollar in taxes or expenses. You're not building wealth, you're literally trading your life away for a paycheck.
Okay, so if that old script is completely broken, what's the alternative? Well, it all starts with a really powerful but simple shift in your thinking. You have to start seeing the world through the lens of production versus consumption.
But before we even get to that, we have to reset our relationship with money itself. We're taught to have all these weird feelings about it, that it's evil or that being wealthy means you must have done something wrong. But that's all noise. Money is just a tool. It's neutral. All it is an expression of value that we as a society have all agreed upon. That's it.
The problem is, our own brains are kind of hardwired to work against us when it comes to money. We have these funny little glitches, like the ostrich effect. When you just refuse to look at your bank account after a big weekend out? Or hyperbolic discounting, where that shiny new thing right now feels so much better than investing for some far-off future. And of course, there's social proof. We see what everyone else has, and we feel this pressure to keep up.
And all of this leads to a trap that was summed up perfectly in the movie Fight Club. The things you own end up owning you. Your lifestyle, your car payment, your rent, all your subscriptions, it all dictates how much money you have to earn. Your stuff starts to own your time and your freedom, locking you into that job you need just to pay for it all. That, right there, is the engine that powers the rat race.
So how in the world do we break out of this cycle?
Well, it requires a totally new approach. It's time to stop chasing money. It's time to learn the real equation for how wealth is actually built.
And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? If working harder for a bigger paycheck is just running faster on the same treadmill, then what is the answer? How do people create real, sustainable, life-changing wealth?
Turns out the answer is a surprisingly simple three-step framework. You don't chase money, you chase problems. Step 1, find a real problem that people are willing to pay to have solved. Step 2, create an amazing solution to that problem. And step 3, this is the magic part, build that solution for scale so you can help thousands or even millions of people without having to trade your own time for every transaction. Wealth is simply a byproduct of solving other people's problems.
All right, let's pull all these ideas together into a clear path forward. The best way to think about it is that you have two big levers you can pull to create your own financial freedom. One is for your defense, and the other is for your offense.
Lever number 1, your defense, is mastering consumption. This is all about living below your means. This is your foundation. It's what stops the bleeding, it creates stability, and it gives you options. It gets you out of the rat race. But then you need lever number 2, your offense, scaling production. Here the goal is to provide massive value to the marketplace. This is how you create exponential growth, real wealth, and true freedom. You absolutely need both of these to win the game.
So, if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. Wealth isn't really about money. It's about freedom. It's the freedom to choose what you do with your time, your most valuable asset. So the question you should be asking yourself isn't, how can I make more money? The real question, the one that can change everything, is, what problem will I solve?